Dennis Rader was a vicious killer who led a double life. To most, Rader appeared to be a family man and a pillar of his community. He was a Boy Scout leader and an active member of his church. He also murdered 10 people, including 2 children. Now his daughter is revealing new information about being the child of a serial killer.
I'm Carrie Rawson, the daughter of Dennis Rader, otherwise known as the BTK serial killer.
In a carefully crafted trailer, Carrie Rawson offers a glimpse inside her new book. The set release is the end of January.
I'm the author of A Serial Killer's Daughter, my story of faith, love, and overcoming. Talking about it has helped heal me in a way nothing else could.
Rawson was in her 20s and newly married when her world came crashing down.
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Rader will waive his right to a jury trial and enter a plea of guilty to all 10 counts.
Her father, Dennis Rader, turned out to be a serial killer.
It's just a mathematical problem. It's guilty.
After his arrest, I fell into a deep hole of shock and grief and chaos and confusion. It took me a very long time to reconcile the man that I knew and loved and had grown up next to with the man that I was hearing these horrible things about.
Was this also found in Dennis Rader's home?
She hints at what life was like living with Dennis Rader.
Today, I live with anxiety and depression and PTSD. I'm a crime victim from before I was born. I'm a trauma and abuse victim from when I was little.
Rawson's story is obviously complicated. Her Twitter account reflects that reality. It's more unfiltered and insightful than her polished trailer. Dad murdered 10 people, including 2 children. So let's start there. No, he's not dead yet. And yes, even after everything, he's still my father. Come at me and you will be blocked. Rawson retweets FBI postings involving crime. She also shares her reality as an adult who struggles and fights back. Violence, trauma, PTSD, illness. They do not get to win the war. This is my lane. We first connected with Rawson 8 months ago when the Golden State Killer was finally caught. It was a fascinating case because detectives used genetic genealogy to catch an aging killer. A little-known reality is Wichita police used the same method to catch Rawson's dad. Rader had sent a floppy disk to police. That traced to his church. Police needed more for a search warrant and arrest. They had BTK's DNA left at the crime scene, but they needed to prove that also connected to Dennis Rader. So they seized Carrie's old college pap smear through a court order. Tests revealed Carrie's pap smear had a familial match to BTK. Rader was hauled in for questioning. It's just one topic she promises to address in her new book.
This is my reality. I'd do anything to not be the daughter of a serial killer, but I am. I've had to learn how to continue on with my life and go forward. I've survived unimaginable things. I'm here to tell you, never give up.
Dennis Rader is serving 10 consecutive life sentences for killing 10 people. The Department of Corrections has him locked down in solitary confinement. He's not allowed to do television or phone interviews, but he can write letters. Here is what he wrote to KCTV5 about his daughter's new tell-all book.
I'd do anything to not be the daughter of a serial killer, but I am.
I'm not sure how the book is written or how far she throws me under the bus. I broke her heart and the other family members, co-workers, friends, relatives, and others. She certainly has that right.
Rader's letter to us is 4 pages long, numbered and lettered in the top corners. He marks each paragraph with a symbol. There is a color drawing at the top, which almost looks like a crest, CL. On page 4, you understand why.
Caveland.
It's how he describes his living situation. He's in solitary confinement at El Dorado Prison. He can leave his cell for just 1 hour, 5 days a week, to shower or exercise. It's clear he craves attention. He writes about the book he co-wrote.
Have you read it?
Rader is critical of reporters, calling us
media flash. Here today, gone tomorrow.
But he's open to any interview and encourages a visit. His writing is difficult to read. Rader explains he's had either
a mini stroke or bad bug. Very hard for me to get around. I guess the winter months of our life hits us all.
Rader writes about his ex-wife, Paula, and her finances.
When I was arrested, main breadwinner, it put Paula into a financial crisis.
He's sentimental about his daughter, Carrie.
I taught her how to garden, love of plants, animals, fishing, camping. We hiked the Grand Canyon. I shed a tear the day she was married. My girl had finally grown up.
While Carrie writes about being the daughter of a serial killer and calls her book therapy, Dennis Rader views her book as more of a self-help book for others, framing it as
her efforts to help other families try to recognize a family member's problem. Crime.
In 4 long pages, he makes no mention of his 10 victims, including 2 children. Carrie Rawson's new book is available later this month. She's been critical in the past about books that have anything to do with her father's case and the profit, so we obviously asked that question about the profits from the sale of this book. We did not get a response. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.